What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Lazy Player's Guide to 99. In this video, we're going to be checking out the fishing skill. Now, I have a lot of information to go over and several different ways that you can get to 99 fishing in an AFK way. So, as usual, if you have an awesome loot tab to send me, you can send it to my email address. It is on the screen now. Additionally, down in the description below, you can find my clan chat and my Discord information. We are always looking for people to add to our bossing teams and even my PVM clan, so if you're interested, you can check those out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Lazy Player's Guide to 99 Fishing. Alright guys, so getting into this guide, we're going to be checking out all these AFK methods that you can get to 99 fishing. But first, I want to go over a few things before we get there. The first thing I want to cover is going to be the Angler's Fishing Outfit. So as for the Angler's Fishing Outfit, this will increase your experience rates by 2.5%. And that way, you can get to 99 just a little bit faster. You will have to do the fishing trawler minigame for this. If you need a guide to that, it's in the description below. You get the pieces at a rate of 1 in 8 games, and the games take around like 15 minutes or something, or 12. Can't remember exactly what, but it will be in the guide. So you might want to consider getting that before you get started with the fishing skill. Oh yeah, and you will actually need level 15 fishing to catch the fish on the fishing trawler, but otherwise you can board the boat at any level. Next, I want to get into the quests that will reward you with fishing experience upon their completion. So as for these quests, first up, Recipe for Disaster, the Pirate Pete subquest will give you 1,000 fishing experience. Fishing Contest will give you 2,437. The Heroes Quest, 2,725. The Fremennik Trials, 2,812. Taibo WANNAI Trio, 5,000. Rum Deal, 7,000. Sea Slug, 7,175. And Swan Song will give you 10,000 for a total quest experience of 38,149. That is not that much, and we don't have to worry about any of these except for the Sea Slug quest, which I am going to go over with you right now. Alright, so starting out in the leveling part of this guide, what we're going to do from level 1 to level 24 is very simple. There is a quest, it is called the Sea Slug quest, and the only requirement for this quest is 30 fire making, which is incredibly easy to get, even if you don't have the money to actually buy the small amount of logs that you'll need. So you'll need to grab yourself 61 normal logs, 183 oak logs, and you'll be 30 fire making in less than 15 minutes. Obviously, it will be longer if you need to chop the logs yourself, but once you've completed the quest, you will be rewarded with 7,175 fishing experience, which will put you just over level 24 fishing. So from there, you don't even have to do anything just to get to that level 24 spot, which is important. So from level 24 to level 58, you'll be doing fly fishing. The fish that you're going to catch for this are going to be trout and salmon. The items you will need are a fly fishing rod and feathers, which you can get from the GE or any fishing shop except for the shop in Catherby. As for the locations you'll want to use, the Barbarian village is very good for fly fishing. The spots don't move around that much and they stay pretty close together. And the other one is going to be the Shiloh village fishing spot, and this is after the quest. As for the experience per hour, you're going to see somewhere around 21,000 experience per hour on average from level 24 to level 58. And as for the time it will take you 10 to 11 hours to get to level 58 fishing from 24. You can make a little bit of cash with this method if you are in Shiloh village because the bank is very close by, or you can actually sell the fish to the fishing shop. But it's not really recommended to use this as a money-making method. You won't be doing this for that long, and you won't accumulate enough fish to really turn a respectable profit. And to top it off, trout and salmon aren't even worth that much anyway. Alright, so here is where we get into the different methods of getting 99 the lazy way. There's actually several ways to do it, which I will go over each one that I think is worth the effort, but I'm going to start off with how I actually got 99 fishing. Alright, so as for how I got level 99 fishing, from level 58 to 99, I did Barbarian fishing. Now with Barbarian fishing, you will need some other levels to actually do this, but this method does offer the best AFK fishing experience per hour with and without tick manipulation training. You can actually start Barbarian fishing at level 48, but it's better to wait until 58 so you can catch leaping trout and salmon. In addition to level 58 fishing, you will also need level 30 strength and agility to catch the leaping salmon. Once you hit level 70 fishing, you'll also be adding leaping sturgeon into the mix, and you'll need level 45 strength and agility to catch those. But before you can get started with barbarian fishing, you will actually need to complete some barbarian training. If you need to know how to do this, I've left a link in the description below to the wiki page. Assuming you decide to go with this method to level 99, you will also gain 1.2 million experience in both agility and strength. You also won't need to worry about banking here. Just make sure your shift drop option is on, hold your shift key, and drop all the fish you've caught to clear your inventory for the next round. So, as for the fish you'll be catching, it will be leaping trout and salmon at 58 and at level 70, sturgeon, assuming you have the agility and strength level requirement. The items needed are going to be the barbarian rod, which is acquired after completing the barbarian fishing training, and feathers. The location is going to be southwest of the barbarian outpost. You can teleport here with a games necklace. As for the XP per hour, from level 58 to 70, you can see somewhere between 35,000 and 42,000. From level 70 to level 99, 50 to 60,000, and over 99 you will see somewhere around 66,000. But realistically, with all these averaged together, plus probably not paying 100% attention, you're going to see somewhere around 58,000 experience per hour like I did. As for the total time you're looking at somewhere between 220 and 225 hours from level 58 to level 99 fishing. For the next method that I will be jumping into, we are going to be checking out the monk fishing method. So from level 62 to level 99, you'll be fishing the monkfish, and for this method you will actually need to complete the Swan Song quest, which does have some decent requirements as far as stats and quests go that you need to have to unlock the Swan Song quest. But monkfish are incredibly AFK, and you can make a somewhat decent profit if you decide to do this to level 99. If you need a guide for the Swan Song quest, I have linked a written and a video guide in the description below. For this method, I suggest following the start to the previous method, Sea Slug quest for level 24, then from 24 to 58 you will fly fish for trout and salmon, and from level 58 to level 62 you'll do barbarian fishing to 62. Now if you don't have the barbarian training done and don't want to be bothered with doing it for just a few fishing levels, that's perfectly fine. Just continue on with normal fly fishing until level 62. It'll take a bit more time, but not that much. So as for the fish you will be catching, obviously it's going to be monkfish. The items that you will need for this are just a small fishing net. The location is at the Piscarillius fishing colony. As for the experience per hour, around level 70 you'll see somewhere between 30 and 35,000, and up to level 99 somewhere around 40,000 experience per hour. As for the time, it will take you somewhere between 360 and 365 hours. As for the profit, you will make 31 to 32 million GP, so not too bad. As for the profit per hour, you're looking at somewhere around 100k. The next method we will be covering is going to be the Karambwan fishing. So from level 65 to level 99, you'll be fishing the Karambwan. Similar to the monkfish method, you will need some quests done to make this a viable way to level 99. In order to fish for Karambwan, you will need to complete the WANNAI trio quest. In addition to this, you'll also want to have access to the fairy ring system. For this, you will at least need to start the FAIRYTALE 2 quest. The Karambwan fishing spot is just a few steps north of the fairy ring DKP. As for banking, it is best to have a fairy ring in your house, but this does require a decently high construction level, so instead of this you could use a glory amulet to teleport to the Edgeville bank. Then use the fairy ring due east of the bank to get back. You could also use the fairy ring to head to SWAN, use the bank there, then right back to the Karambwan fishing spot. Another good way to bank quickly is to use the house teleport tablets while in a house party world. In the house party world, you'll be able to access a maxed house which will have a fairy ring in it, making banking fairly quickly. So, as for the fish you'll be catching, Karambwan, the items you will need for this are the Karambwan vessel, Karambwanji, a teleport method if not using SWAN for banking, a Draman staff if you don't have the Lumbridge, and Drainer Elite Diaries done. As for the bait needed to catch the Karambwan, you can buy these at a shop in WANNAI village. Additionally, the Karambwanji do stack in your inventory, so you won't need to worry about banking more often having those in your inventory. Last, when fishing Karambwan, they do like to steal the bait out of your vessel, so make sure you have more than you'll actually need. The location of this, once again, is going to be in the Karambwan jungle north of the fairy ring DKP. As for the experience per hour, you're looking at somewhere around 30,000. For total time, 420 to 425 hours from level 65 to 99. But as for the profit, you're looking at somewhere between 110 and 115 million GP, giving you a profit per hour of somewhere around 250,000 GP. The next method that I will be covering is going to be the Infernal Eels, and you can start catching these at level 80 in More All Rec, providing that you have a fire cape. If you have managed to grab yourself one of those, you'll be able to show it to the guards at the entrance and gain access to More All Rec. Don't worry about losing your cape, they will only need to see it. Although the Infernal Eels are not able to be consumed, they can be broken open with a hammer to find some loot. You'll be able to receive 10 to 20 Tokul, 1 Onyx Bolt Tip, or 1 to 5 Lava Scale Shards per catch. So as for the fish caught, Infernal Eel, items needed, oily fishing rod, bait, hammer, and ice gloves. If you are unfamiliar with or have forgotten how to get an oily fishing rod, it is very simple. The oily fishing rod is used during the Heroes quest, but you don't need to start the quest to actually make the item. You'll need to take a regular fishing rod and use a vial of blemish oil on it. I have also left a link in the description below to the Heroes quest guide, which will walk you through how to make an oily fishing rod. The location is going to be More All Rec, which is inside the Karambwan volcano. As for the experience per hour, you're looking at about 32,000. For total time spent from 80 to 99, 340 to 350 hours. And as for your profit, 80 to 84 million GP, and that is with the Tokul included. Throughout fishing the Infernal Eels, you'll end up with around 1.6 million Tokul. Now, if you have the Karambwan Easy Diaries done, you'll be able to get items for about 13% cheaper from any shops on Karambwan. You'll be able to buy uncut onyx at a rate of 260,000 Tokul each, rather than the normal price of 300,000. In total, you'll be able to get 6 uncut onyx rather than 5 if you have those Easy Diaries done. As for the profit per hour, you're looking at around 240,000 GP. The next method is going to be very simple. From level 82 to level 99, it is going to be Anglerfish, and just as before, Sea Slug quest from level 1 to 24. 24 to 58 will be trout and salmon fly fishing, and from level 58 to 82 will be barbarian fishing. At level 82 fishing, you can begin to catch the anglerfish. Anglerfish are extremely AFK due to their slow catch speed, but they can also make you a lot of money. In order to catch the anglerfish, you will need to have 100% favor with the PISCARILIUS house, which is located on the continent of Zaya. If you don't have the favor required, you can check the description below for a link on how to get favor with the house. So for the fish caught, it will be anglerfish. You will need a fishing rod and sandworms, which can be bought from the Grand Exchange. The location is going to be Port Piscarilius, southeast of the bank. As for the experience per hour, from level 82 to 99, you're probably going to see an average of about 21,000. As for the time, 500 to 510 hours, but the profit is very nice, 135 to 140 million GP. As for the profit per hour, somewhere around 260,000 GP. Moving on to the next method, from level 87 to level 99, you'll be catching sacred eels if you want to do it this way. So same path as before, level 1 to 24, Sea Slug quest, 24 to 58, fly fishing for trout and salmon, and level 58 to level 87, barbarian fishing. But at this level, you can begin to catch those sacred eels, providing you have partially completed the Regicide quest and can reach Zol-Andra. Once you've gained access to the area, you will also need to speak to High Priestess Zol-Harsinka. Once you have spoken to her, you can be on your merry way. Now, the benefit of catching the sacred eels is that they give Zulrah scales as well as cooking experience when dissected. In order to dissect the eels, you will need a cooking level of at least 72. Dissecting the eel will give you between 3 and 9 scales, as well as between 109 and 127 cooking experience. Your cooking level will affect how many scales you receive per each eel, so the higher the better. So for the fish caught sacred eels, the items you will need are going to be a fishing rod, bait, and a knife. The location is going to be at Zol-Andra. As for the experience per hour, it is pretty low, 21,000. For the time from level 87 to 99, it's going to be 425 to 435 hours. But at the profit margin, from level 72 cooking, you're going to see around 84 million GP profit, and that is based on an average of 4 scales per eel. At level 99 cooking, you could see 147 million GP profit, and that is based on an average of 7 scales per eel. So from the profit per hour, at level 72 cooking, you're looking at around 200,000 GP, and at level 99 cooking, you're looking at around 340,000 GP. And last but not least, so this is the last method that I'll be covering in this video, and this one is going to be for the more advanced and higher level players that might not have 99 fishing quite yet. So from level 85 to 99, you can catch dark crabs if you are brave enough You can get them out in the wilderness resource area. This really only becomes viable after completing the elite tasks in the wilderness diary. Completing the wilderness elite diaries will give you a pretty significant speed boost in catching the dark crabs. Piles, who resides in the resource area, will actually note these dark crabs for you for 50 GP per crab. So you will need to have a stack of coins on you for this to work. Personally, I would take 25,000 GP with me. This would allow you to note 500 fish, and then I strongly urge you to bank. If you happen to make it to 500 crabs without getting PK'd, you'll be sitting out there with over 500,000 GP in dark crabs. I personally wouldn't want to waste all that time by dying to a PKer with any more than that. So, as for the fish caught, dark crabs, the items that you will need are a lobster pot, dark fishing bait, and coins for noting. Optional items are high defensive gear and Ceradoan brews, as well as super restores to get away from PKers. Location is going to be the wilderness resource area. As for the experience per hour, you're looking at somewhere around 40,000, and for the total time from 85 to 99, 240 to 250 hours. For a profit, you're looking at 80 to 82 million GP with a profit per hour of 330,000 GP. Alright, so that is it, and as for some other little statistics that might push you in a certain direction or might steer you away from something, the shortest time to 99 for all of these methods is going to be the Barbarian fishing method. It is about 235 hours from level 1 to level 99, but you don't make any profit using this method. As for the longest time to 99, that would be the Angler fishing method, about 560 hours from level 1 to level 99. As for the least profitable method, it's going to be Barbarian fishing. No profit, as you'll be dropping all the fish you catch. And the most profitable method at the current time of this video is going to be the Sacred Eels, due to the current price of scales and the cheap bait for catching the eels, assuming you are level 97 cooking or higher. At level 97 cooking, you will average 7 Zulrah scales per eel. And my personal take on this, the most relaxing way, in my personal opinion, the most relaxing method to 99 fishing is going to be fishing for monkfish. The XP rate isn't too bad, and the bank is very close. Although not the best for profit, it is still a decent amount of income to add to your bank. Alright everybody, that is going to do it for the Lazy Player's Guide to 99 Fishing. I sincerely hope that one of these methods has appealed to you and maybe you might be interested in doing it. I also hope that maybe you might be able to get some agility, strength, and cooking XP along the way on your journey to 99 fishing. But as usual, if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up down below. They really do help the video's popularity. If you have any questions, comments, or constructive criticism, you can leave that in the description down below. I try to get to everything that I possibly can. And if you haven't done so yet, there is a subscribe button right down there in the bottom right corner. You can tap that and get notified whenever I upload new content. But with that, I will see you guys on the next episode of the Lazy Player's Guide to 99. Take it easy, everybody.